it in his book. He told us to be witnesses at the time of the end, and you are a witness, and I'm a witness of what is happening. And we're here because we are the Bereans. We are the sons of Issachar, which is the ancient tribe of Israelites. They're basically spiritually now saying, behold, the power of the dark majesty of evil is gripping the whole world like a beast with the world in its mouth. And the maw is chewing up the nation states and about to destroy America because it has not repented. It hasn't repented of abortion, of spreading, now with this new president that people listening to this program voted for, that are spreading murder of babies in their mother's wombs in Kenya, the home country of our current president, and many others, that we are spreading war and invading countries without any reason or rationality, like going into Libya. We had no business being there. They're spreading the revolutions in North Africa and the Mideast so that it would be for the purposes of the satanic evil state of Israel that has no other intentions than total domination of the Middle East. And it's not for the sake of the Israeli people, because if a war starts, anyone not in a bunker that's above ground will die, Jew, Christian, or agnostic. They're all going to die if they start a war. Even if they annihilate every Islamic country and every capital within 5,000 miles of Israel, every Jew, Christian, and Arab inside Israel will die. That's why it says in the Bible they'll be up to the horse's bridle of the blood. This is a satanic death march, and people say, you're exaggerating. No, we're not. We're just looking at it soberly because we have a clear mind and we have the Spirit of the Most High God witnessing to it, and it's in the Bible. It tells you that this is what's happening right now, and that these globalists have got a bloodlust and a hunger for destruction and death.
Dr. Bill, I want everyone out there in the audience of Genesis Network to be encouraged. Now, I know we've given some rather startling things here today, but one note is very positive.
Yes.
You have the elite upset. Now, I warned on one of the programs on Genesis Network, I warned the talk show host back about 2 to 3 months ago that I had been told that he was in their crosshairs. Now, I'm warning you right now, the elite are making some very definite decisions because America is waking up too fast for them. Many of you heard me say a long time ago that there's only one thing that I learned that the elite of the world are afraid of. When I lived with them as their chaplain for 3 years' time, there's only one thing on the face of this earth they're afraid of. They are scared to death of the masses of Americans waking up. And so many of them have been waked up by Dr. Bill Deagle's program, by Genesis Network, by the patriotic groups around the country, by different ones. They are seeing this taking place, and the elite are shaking in their shoes. I have been told a number of times recently, and again, I've said nothing about it, except that one time to the one talk show host, Dr. Bill, you're doing a marvelous job. People have got to listen to you every day. Don't you miss a single Dr. Bill Deagle program. And again, so many of you have asked for a copy of my book, The Energy Non-Crisis, which went out of print about 2 years ago. If you want a copy of my book, it is available again for less than $10. I'm talking about less than $10. I'm not even talking about $9. You need to go and get it and read about the largest oil pool in North America and what happened to it. Go to Amazon Kindle. Just type in on your computer, Amazon Kindle, Kindle, then go to the Energy Non-Crisis, and if you want a copy of the book, it is available again. Everything that is taking place in the Middle East was planned years in advance. I told you 5 months before it happened that the crisis would begin. After it finished in Egypt, I told you it was going to Libya. After Libya, I told you it was going to Yemen. The elite have told me each place that it's going to next. I'm telling you, if the last place that will be hit by this is the royal family of Saudi Arabia, that's when you're going to see the...
When that hits the Saudi Arabians, things are going to start halving. Please continue.
Yes, please, will you get my latest presentation? We just came out with it about 3 weeks ago. First ones were delivered, entitled The Middle East, The Rest of the Story. It is a DVD presentation that I tell everything that the elite have told me about the Middle East, why the Middle East is going on, why the Arab Brotherhood is involved, what the Arab Brotherhood planned to do. You've got to see the
Arab Brotherhood, by the way, was thought up and dreamt up in Britain. That's why when you're...
You've got to see the chart.
Yeah.
You've got to see the chart of the intentions of the Arab Brotherhood as was given to me. Folks, you've got to be aware of these things. Please get our latest presentation, The Middle East, the Rest of the Story. Our toll-free number is 888-799-6111. Or if you want to go on the web, go to www.prophecyclub.com. And by the way, we have operators standing by 24 hours a day now because we've had such a response to this new presentation, The Middle East, the Rest of the Story. 888-799-6111. You need to know what to do. I've listed 13 things that you positively must do immediately in order to spare your household, to know where this is going next. And if you do, you don't have to stay awake at night. If you know the issues, you can do something about it. But if you don't know the issues, you're in trouble. And as you know, over these 35 years, everything that the elite have ever told me has taken place exactly as they said it. Now, you listen to Dr. Bill Deagle every day, and you've got to. You've got to keep up with it every day on his program and the other programs on Genesis Network so that you can know exactly what's happened. Periodically, Dr. Bill will allow me the privilege of being on the Nutraceutical Report in order to tell you the very latest things that the elite have told me in the past few weeks. They are dissatisfied with Obama. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I'm going to keep on asking them until they told me, as they told me before he was elected, what they wanted. Some of you listened to me, some of you didn't, some criticized me. Now I hope you've got the message straight. As soon as they tell me what's going to happen to Obama or what's going to happen in the next election, I will tell you when some of these talk show hosts allow me to come onto that program. In the meantime, I'm trying my best to let you know that you are going to see $175 to $200 a gallon. A barrel crude oil. You are going to see $6 to $7 a gallon on gasoline. You'd better get ready for it. You're going to see some very stressful times beginning in June and July. The elite know that you, as the public, the conservative people in America, are waking up, and it is very upsetting to them. Whether they're going to accelerate that program or not, I do not know. I do know that they're indicating to me that they are upset over the fact that Americans are waking up so fast, and it's because of programs like Dr. Bill Deagle's and the Genesis Network that you're getting the message out, and so many people are waking up. The elite have got to be stopped. They can be stopped.
The primary things that I think, and I'm just going to get your opinion, that I think will drive the price of oil up is to control a buffer state, which is Saudi Arabia. All the other states are really minor players, which means with the fall of Yemen, you have the Gulf of Aden, and with the pre-placement last week of the trial by the Israelis drilling a drill by putting Israeli planes on U.S. military bases in a forward placement to attack Iran, it's obvious that the Iranians will respond by cutting off the Strait of Hormuz. So I see the Gulf of Aden and the Strait of Hormuz cut off, which means 30% of the world's oil goes through the Strait of Hormuz alone, and much more comes through the Gulf of Aden. So when that happens, your $200 a barrel oil will instantly happen, if not $300. So I think that's where we're headed next.
Dr. Bill, I agree.
Yep. I think we're headed toward at least a conflict, if not a full-blown war. The guns will be drawn, the safeties will be taken off, and the weapons will be ready to be fired. At the very least, we're going to have a choke point for oil coming out of Saudi Arabia, I think, in the next 6 months. Looking forward to another amazing show coming up in Hour 2, our Health and Wellness Hour. In Hour 3, Mark Lerner on the latest constitutionalalliance.org on the march toward the new immigration policy with a speech today by the Abominator. We'll be back in hour number 2 in just a moment. You don't want to miss it. Support the NutriMedical Report. Get all your wellness needs from NutriMedical.com, 888-212-8871.